Members of Parliament from Africa, Caribbean and Pacific Group of States held a meeting this afternoon to generate consensus on the contentious topic of restoring presidential term limits ahead of their vote with the European Union. In the caucus meeting, 5 representatives led by Uganda's Speaker Jacob Oulanyah called for amendments of the voting rules to allow voting by separate houses. Their intention was to have the European Union members and their ACP counterparts vote separately. Oulanyah argued that voting as one bloc would give EU an edge since it had done vigorous mobilization among the ACP members.
We now vote by separate houses, and the intention of it being we now defeat the whole motion as ACP.
Please, let's be one bloc, let's be one ACP, let's vote in one pattern.
So it's not fair to say it's an exclusive Uganda position. Each member make their own proposal. Once it's adopted, it becomes our position.
His proposal, however, was met with resistance from countries like Mali, Burkina Faso and Nigeria, who were in favor of reinstating term limits.
We have not totally agreed on a position. To kill this motion, to me, is not a good compromise. It's not democratic.
It would be unfortunate if this resolution is actually, voted down, the entire thing. As a co-rapporteur, I wouldn't have done my job properly.
After an hour of heated exchange, the chair of the session called for a vote on whether all ACP members would vote against the term limits in the general vote with the European Union. Only 9 members voted in favor of term limits, while 18 led by Uganda voted against the amendments.
We are asking how many of those who want to vote against now?
After 3 p.m., the 2 parliaments of ACP and European Union convened to take a general vote on the term limits. The 2 sides failed to reach a consensus as ACP members voted overwhelmingly against term limits, while the European Union voted in favor. According to the laws governing the ACP EU Assembly, a resolution can only be adopted after it has been accepted by both houses. Although the resolutions of this assembly are not binding, they influence how EU relates with these countries, especially when channeling its aid to different projects. Earlier in the day, the assembly deliberated on other concerns, including illegal migration of Africans in 2 EU countries.
Migrants should not be forced to go back to their countries. Let them go willingly, and EU ACP can help migrants to settle in their countries.
The assembly will reconvene in March next year. Herbert Zziwa, NTV, Nairobi, Kenya.
Europe could not accept all migrants.